Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel. So we have another drone in the house. Now this is going to be from, I'm probably going to butcher this name, but AMETA drone that's going to be here. This is going to be their S20 Pro beginner drone with GPS. Now, one of the key things of this drone is not just that it has a 4K camera on it, but it also includes 2 batteries for an extended flight of about 50 minutes with this. And then it's got a beginner mode and stuff on it too. And it says here it's ultra light. I'll leave a link below in the description. At the time of this video, this is going to cost you about $169. If I get a coupon code, you'll also find that in the description too. So not only will you find a link to buy it, but use that coupon code. If there's one available, I'll put that in there so you can get a discount on this. So let me go ahead. Let's crack this open and see what we have inside. So here you get this nice casing for it. I love it that drones come with these casings. And then you get a couple of things with it. So this is going to be your USB charging port for there. This is probably going to be some extra propellers, that's what you guys see in there, and a couple of screws and stuff for it. And instruction manual, that right there, that I'll have to briefly look through. And then this is going to be the drone here. So pulling this out, that's going to be the drone. This is probably the extra, this is the extra battery that we'll have there for that. And this is going to be the remote. So let me get all this pulled out real quick and show this to you. All right, guys, here's going to be the drone taking out its package and stuff here. You guys see that the radio is going to be this here. It's pretty simple. It's pretty much like every drone that's out there now. It's got some of the functionality for the cameras and stuff located up the top. And this is where you actually place your phone here, and that of course extends out to place your phone to hold it in that top part over there. You see it also has 2 speeds and stuff for it, and it has liftoff and everything for it. I'll get this flying and get this up in just a minute. This is going to be the drone. It's a pretty lightweight drone and stuff. There is no casing for the front of this camera, so just be careful when you're tugging this drone around. I just recommend, if you're not using it, to put it back in the case it's included with. Now, there is something I do want to point out. This does have kind of a micro SD card there on the side. And looking at the instructions here, it's basically telling you that if the micro SD card is not inserted, high quality photos cannot be saved. So that's probably going to be for photos, but I'm going to download this app and test the drone out to see if we can still record video. And of course, it'll be downloaded stuff to the phone. So let me go ahead. Let me get this together real quick. There's other things with this too. Of course, I told you it comes with an extra battery, which is going to be here, which will give you an extra 25 minutes of flight. And then it's one also stalled inside the drone too as well. That's going to be there on the side of this. So let me go ahead, get all this together, get this synchronized up, download the app, look at a couple of things. Of course, it's things that are kind of popping up about the drone too as I'm sitting up here talking about it. And let's take this out and let's give it a quick test flight. All right, guys, so what you're seeing here is some basic flight footage of the drone. So I did play around with some of the functionality while I was out there. Supposed to have a follow me mode and stuff, and I did test that for a brief second. And there's other functionalities too, and I'll do a follow-up video once I fly this a little bit more. But I did want to test some of the flight characteristics out here. The wind was about maybe 5 to 8 miles per hour out here, so you're going to see me fly kind of low and then take it back up as well. But the drone flew fine. I mean, as far as getting it operational and stuff, you guys saw that it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward, especially if someone is a beginner getting into this and they just wanted to get out and test themselves in flying a drone before they spend $700, $500, $600, $700 or more on a drone. I do recommend some drones like this because it can get you familiar with the flight characteristics of a drone, flying back and forth, left and right, and then the different levels you can take the drone at. And this does have 2 different speeds, so you'll see me test that in just a second or so. So the 2 different speeds of it's got speed 1 and speed 2. And I believe that was just the speed 1, and you'll see it goes to speed 2 in just a second. So it is an increase in speed. I'd say about another 3 to maybe 5 or 6 miles per hour increase in speed. But I do recommend, if you're starting out, just start out with the speed 1. Get used to it. Get used to the flight characteristics and stuff of it as well. And I'll show you the camera and how the camera functions too, because I know that's one of the main reasons why people do get drones. There's speed 2 right there. You see the big difference in the speed of the drone compared to when I first started flying it. So it is a lot faster. So if you go to speed 2, make sure you're familiar with it. And I was flying by these trees, which I don't recommend, but I was out just trying to film this just to see how I would act with the wind blowing and flying around objects and stuff like that. And there's me just testing some of the control of the drone coming to me and testing some of just the flight up and stuff like that. Now, I didn't take this way up or anything to see the altitude or anything you could get for it, but I did, like I said, play around with it a little bit here, and then I played with it more off camera. There were some kids out, you know, playing with soccer and stuff like that, and that's when I went out and I tested the camera on it. So what you see there in the right hand corner is me testing the camera of the drone. This is all uncut. I'm not gonna sit up here and edit this video to make it this spectacular commercial type thing for this drone, but I did want to show you some raw footage of this drone flying and raw footage of the camera, because you guys know that sometimes we can go in and we can do extra stuff to try to sell you, and I don't want to sell you, and I just want you to see how the drone flies. And I think the drone was good for what it's worth. I mean, at the price point they're selling it for, how the camera functioned, and I did have a couple of photos I took, but I took them with another phone because I reloaded the software on a brand new phone I got. But I did test some of that as well. And I did, like I said, I flew it close to objects, because you probably shouldn't do that, but I did that just to test the flight characteristics of the drone and some of the landing, which you'll see here. And then, of course, the remainder of this video is going to be for about another probably minute and a half or so. Is me flying the drone around. There's the kids out there playing soccer. I deliberately did that because I wanted to fly it around with the wind blowing, with, you know, people down there and stuff like that. And they were looking at the drone. It caught their attention too, so they asked a couple questions after I started filming and flying the drone, and wanted some more information about it. But I wanted to show you guys action clips too, because a lot of times we fly these drones and we just fly them around and you just see the scenery, but you never see how the camera works with people around. And that's me down there in the far right hand corner. And that's me, just like I said, testing the different functionalities of it. You do see that the camera seems like it may skip just a tad bit. You saw it skip right there. So that may be some functionality I may need to look at inside the drone, or something for it. But you guys see this here, and there's some more of the action clips there with the kids looking on. And then basically flying it back over to me. So the next minute or so, you're going to just see some of this stuff, and then the last probably 30 seconds of this video, I'll probably just sum it up. But there I am again. This is, to me, was important to film it with something else moving around other than just flying the drone around and stuff. And there I am testing some of the speeds out. So I believe there I went from speed 1 to speed 2 just to test out the speed, because I wanted to see how the camera was going to function with that different speed on there. You guys see that there. I did hit that pole too. So I tried to avoid it, acting like I was in Star Wars. And then here I am kind of circling around and coming back to me. You know, at faster speeds, going left and right, stopping, going forward and backward, because I really wanted to show you the functionality of that camera and how this camera shot videos, and there I am landing it there. So this is a pretty good drone. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below in the description. You guys want to check it out. If there's coupon codes, you'll find it in the description as well. Sometimes they'll give me coupon codes and I'll put them out there, maybe something like JT or JTRC, but check the description for it, because I believe there's going to be several coupon codes for it, and also a link to purchase this as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching.